Breaking news on the Ravens rundown today as outside linebacker Justin Houston has agreed to a one-year, $2.1 million deal to remain with the Baltimore Ravens. The UFA tender that was placed on Houston is for 110% of a player's prior salary. It was last used in 2020 with the Giants and outside linebacker Marcus Golden, but the Chiefs also placed a tender on defensive end Melvin Ingram this offseason before he signed with the Miami Dolphins. Here is the breaking news alert from ESPN's Adam Schefter earlier today. Justin Houston and the Ravens reached an agreement in principle today on a one-year deal for the four-time Pro Bowl outside linebacker to return to Baltimore, per sources. The Ravens tendered Houston after the draft, like the Chiefs did with Melvin Ingram, to try to ensure his return to Baltimore. So you may be asking yourself, what does all of this mean? And for me, there's a couple things in particular of what this means for the Ravens. But most importantly, it means stability, as this Ravens team has several injuries, in particular at this outside linebacker position, with Tyus Bowser as well as David Ojabo both coming off Achilles injuries. Bowser suffered his at the end of the 2021 regular season. Ojabo suffered an Achilles tear at Michigan's Pro Day. And so, although a guy like Ojabo in particular, I feel is one of the future pieces of this Ravens defense, you don't have to rush into him returning. He can take his time. This can properly heal. Same with Tyus Bowser here. You have a very capable player in Justin Houston now to fill that spot. If he needs to start the beginning of the season at that outside linebacker spot, he's more than capable. He's just fine. So this is a huge relief for the Ravens to get this deal done and to provide some much-needed depth to that outside linebacker position. Our pinned comment today: what is your one-word reaction to the Ravens re-signing Justin Houston? For me, I'm excited about it. I mentioned the stability that comes together. I'll give you my one word in just a moment, but I want to hear from you guys. It is our pinned comment. You're about to get an ad break. Take advantage of it. Let me know one way or the other that one word that you would use to describe the Ravens re-signing Justin Houston. For me, this is wise, very wise on the part of John Harbaugh and the management of the Baltimore Ravens to bring back Justin Houston. Look, I know that he is close to the end of his career at this point, but even then, we've still seen Justin Houston at this point in his career still play at a fairly high level. Look at the numbers his last four seasons. Last year, 4.5 sacks, 6 tackles for loss and a forced fumble. 2020, 8 sacks, 10 tackles for loss. 2019, an 11-sack season with 15 tackles for loss. 2018, 9 sacks and 14 tackles for loss. He is still very capable of playing at a high level, even at this point in his career, and you have to get excited about that. Look, you have a situation with these Achilles injuries, and Justin Houston can come in and be that perfect stopgap player in a time where the Ravens are looking to get younger, but maybe Ojabo and some of these others aren't quite ready yet. Justin Houston can not only be that perfect stopgap player for this year, but also with what he's done throughout his career. We've showed you the numbers. Why would you not want him in that locker room? Why would you not want him being a voice for those younger players and learning what he's been through in the National Football League? Justin Houston, a home run signing for the Ravens here in this position. Got a great deal that we're offering viewers of the Ravens Rundown. You can get this t-shirt combination. It is hot outside. Got to be wearing t-shirts. Might as well support your team while doing it. Best part about it, 40% off now while supplies last. Go to chatsports.com/ballcombo. That's chatsports.com/BAL combo to get yours today while supplies last, right here from Chat Sports. You do not want to miss out on this great opportunity to get these before the season begins. The resume on Justin Houston is so impressive. a 4-time Pro Bowler. He's been an All-Pro before as well. Joined the Ravens last year in 2021 after playing for both the Indianapolis Colts and the Kansas City Chiefs. And his time in Kansas City, he was the leader of that defense. You go back to 2014, was one of the best seasons we've ever seen from an NFL player on the defensive side of the ball when he had 22 sacks in 2014. Just unreal what he was able to do. Although he may not be the 22 sack player that he was in 2014, he's still very good at this point in time for considering where he's at in his career. You are getting a player that has been there and done that, and I got to tell you, you got to be excited. I don't see how this would be a bad signing, how anyone could criticize this move for the Ravens. There was a need. They found a veteran, somebody that already was within the system and understands what they need to bring to the table. It's a perfect fit for right now. Look, Justin Houston at this point in his career is not looking for somewhere to call home for 10 years. And the Ravens, they know that they have good options for their future ahead. You meet in the middle. This is a marriage where both sides benefit here for Justin Houston and the Baltimore Ravens. How would you grade the signing? I don't know how you couldn't give this an A. To me, it's an easy grade. I would give this an A. What would you guys grade this signing by the Baltimore Ravens here? Type A, B, C, D, or F in the comments section. Let me know one way or the other how you would grade this move from the Ravens. And this is why you subscribe to the Ravens Rundown. Here we are bringing you instant analysis, instant reaction to the news of Justin Houston coming back to the Baltimore Ravens. We're all over this, and we're going to cover the offseason like no one else will. Whether it's news, rumors, trades, free agency, we're going to be all over it. Training camp will be here before you know it. We're counting down to kickoff, and we're covering this team in every possible way. So go ahead and subscribe now, youtube.com/RavensTV. Turn on those notifications as well so you never miss a moment of the Ravens Rundown. Now, Justin Houston, I think he still has more in the tank. Last year, his Pro Football Focus numbers of the analytic nerds of what they put together, his numbers were even better in 2021 than they were in 2020, which is, I know it just sounds crazy, but it's true. Look at this. You go back to last year, his PFF grade, 19th among all edge rushers at 77.8. That's solid. You go look at his number of sacks and QB hits, 18 total, 23rd among all edge rushers. And then, to make matters even better than all of that, of this Ravens defense in 2021, Houston led the Ravens in QB hits with 17. Best of the entire team. So, there you have it. Justin Houston still has something to give. I'm excited, as you should be too, to see Justin Houston back with the Baltimore Ravens here in 2022. Final question before we go. Will Justin Houston have a big year? Let me know in the comments section. We've gone over the signing, all the details. Now, how will this ultimately all play out one way or the other? Let me know. Type Y for yes, type in for no if you think Justin Houston will have a big year in 2022. And we'll see you next time here in the Ravens Rundown.